Actually, that was something else to consider at like age 13 when you pick your own education, because you could go into like programming and stuff like that. And you know what was weird? Like, basically the reason why, this is so painful to admit, but the reason why I did not go into like programming and like proper computer stuff and games and stuff like that was because I had heard that like those educations had no girls. And I don't know, as a kid, as a 13-year-old, I could kind of feel that it would be bad for my development. Yeah, you get to pick your education, like, here's the classes I want to do and whatnot. And you can pick, like, programming, game development. And I did not pick game development because there were no girls. And even though I had no intent of, like, I wasn't, like, desperate for dating or anything like that. I just felt like if I spent, like, 3 years trying to, like, go into game dev and being surrounded only by teenage boys, I will come out of that like a mentally stunted, like, inept person who does not know how to socialize. But you know what? Look at me now. Yeah. How do I shoot the egg? Wait, what? Which one was it? B-talk, dive, attack, underwater. Oh, it's... Oh, you're right, right. Okay. I forgot about that being a thing, of course. Damn. You know what? You're alright, the amazing hour. Trying my best. Don't we all? Or do we? I don't know. Aren't we all? I have heard an interesting... This is so dumb. I don't need to make this sound philosophical. But I have heard someone say something interesting. What the hell? I did that wrong, I guess. About like how we are all always trying our best. And so saying try your best is kind of like a moot point. It can make people like look down at what they're doing. I try my best until the times where I try my worst. Don't we? I'm trying to think, when have I tried my worst now? This is wrong. I don't think I'm supposed to do this. Wait, could it be? I'm not remembering this one correctly. Do I not shoot at this guy? When did I try my worst? It's kind of hard to try your worst, isn't it? Like, even when you're trying your worst, you're kind of trying your best to be worst. Where's the worst not trying? I thought I would figure this. I thought I had everything in this level by muscle memory. Because is it not this? Okay, it was one more. I had to do one more, alright. I did it. Muscle memory wins again. Ape sad. But he gets back to throwing stuff. Man, I did not. I just thought something, but it would be a really bad topic. But you know how monkeys throw poopy? What if that feels like really good? And that's the end. That's where I'm leaving it. Actually, I'm not gonna go on. But, you know, we're kind of similar, right? See, it finally came to use. Yes, good to handle poo-poo. What a curious theory. I mean, maybe. I mean, there's something part of our DNA, isn't there? That could still be there, linked. I have no clue how to get that one now. Only reason most people don't like to handle poo-poo is maybe because we think it's stinking gross, whereas monkeys don't really care. Yeah. You know how, like, in Zen Buddhism, it's sort of like how you remove your, you kind of remove things within your... How should I put it? Fuck. God damn it. Basically, in Zen Buddhism, enlightenment is, not trying to achieve something, but it's letting go of things. But what if in that state of letting go of everything, you just end up, like, throwing poop, and that's, like, the ultimate form of enlightenment? Have you considered that? Fascinating stuff. Fascinating religion. I'm so disappointed. Just sitting out here in shame of myself. It wasn't even a good point. I'll just say it. Wasn't even worth mentioning. Just one way of being our authentic selves. Yeah, I think in that moment, I did throw away everything. And you know what? I revealed my inner nature. Apparently. And you know what? Maybe I didn't like it. Maybe I'm lucking that one away. Has a bingo been made? I don't... Wait! Oh my god, you're right! I didn't even notice that. I thought I was safe. Look at that. My god. I thought I had more time. But the diagonal got me. I was beaten by chat. I actually thought like I would be able to like hold off like one last one. And I was sitting there thinking, you know what? I still have like I just have to focus on not saying this. I don't have to focus. Just don't say I might be crazy. Just don't mention Sweden and it's like a safe stream. And just like that, I threw it all away. And I even talked about Zen Buddhism. And it was all for nothing. I don't know. I guess it was not for nothing. I could have just done that. I have a quizzical question for you, Matthias. Hello, Fishy Bar. Hello. I'm curious. This is... I feel like this is a worrying message whenever it's a first-time message. Do you stream elements for your chat overlay? No. Wait, I don't actually know. I don't recall. I think I might? I hope this is something helpful, and it's not like, well, I was able to trace your stream elements code using this finicky little feature, and now I'm gonna hack you in real time. If that's the case... No, please don't. Hopefully that's, like, convincing. But if this is genuinely helpful, then I am curious, because I do want to make my chat look better. I actually... There's, like, one chatter. Go Gabagool Gremlin. And his name does not fit into my chat. Because it's so long. And I have tried to adjust it. And it just does not fit in. I've subtly tried whenever he's in here. And I'm like, you know what? He won one. He won over. He got one on me. Just trying to set up stream. Okay, no need to worry. Alright, good. That's good. Like your time. Oh yeah, no problems. No problems. Okay. Haha, smiles. No reason to worry at all. I did not need to stress out over there. That was just a simple... It was a quizzical question. I need to make my alignment chart chaotic, whimsical. Actually, maybe that should be the thing. I was thinking... I think we might be onto something here. Alignment chart, but instead of good and evil, it's just different sides of whimsical. Actually, I did make this... I made this alignment chart a really long time ago. I already made this alignment chart, but it was Kirby to Joker. Then I placed all my friends like, are you Kirby or are you Joker? Whimsical Kirby, whimsical evil. I would say I don't know. Kirby, I guess. Not really. Maybe I'm a little bit Joker. But people can't even conceive it. They think Matthias is such a Kirby. They don't even know. Whimsical neutral for Kirby. Really? You wouldn't say good? Isn't he like always saving the world and stuff? Or is he completely neutral? I guess I don't know enough about the Kirby lore. Damn it, don't eat me, please. Is he completely neutral about saving the world? Is that the Kirby lore? I just did it. Because I can. Stares. Smiles. Says Pollo and eats you and flies away. I think he sort of walks up on good. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't know. I guess I could see Kirby not being intentionally good. Oh god, the shark. Seems about right for Kirby to be neutral whimsy. I'm sorry, I'm trying to avoid the shark. And ungodly and terrifying whimsy. Kirby's a good boy. He does everything for friendship. Alright. Can you be so good-natured that it makes you less whimsical? This may be a real question. This is a... This is a Socrates and Plato. Right here in the chat. Discussing whimsicalness and the nature of it. I need like a meme of Greek philosophers discussing like how whimsical is Kirby and does that actually impede on his goodness. He doesn't know about Kirby lore. Actually, I played, I think, halfway through the N64 game, but I did like it. I think it is a bit hard to get into, though. But once I did get into it, I was like, you know what, this is kind of awesome. I think I was kind of turned away in the beginning of like, I don't know if Kirby is for me. But I want to give it more shot, and I want to play more Kirby games. But that's another thing where, like, I don't know if I could play that on stream. I think that would be too embarrassing. I don't know, I think Kirby is kind of difficult, isn't it? Am I crazy? I'm allowed to say it. Am I crazy for saying that? Kirby is a bit difficult, just in terms of, like, gameplay. I'm just not used to it. Try out Epic Yarn for a Wii. Okay. Some games are more easier than others. Alright, alright. I think I did play one. I think it was a SNES game I played as a kid. And I didn't even know that I had played a Kirby game for the longest time. I was just like, oh, I never played a Kirby game. Then I saw one Kirby SNES game, and I was like, wait, I own this game. I didn't know that was Kirby. I'd forgotten. But I think even as a kid, I was just like, this is too difficult, I don't get it. Why can't I just jump on enemy and kill? Kirby seems kind of like Banjo. Yeah, maybe they would get along. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe I think there's also a tendency for some character traits and characters to be so similar that they just don't care for one another. Like Banjo and Kirby would just look at each other and be like, yeah, hello, hello. And they would move along. Or crabs. They know what they've done. Aesthetically, I vibe with crabs. They're cool. In real life. I don't know, I guess you couldn't... Crabs are just neutral, they're not whimsical. They're not evil, they're not good, they're not whimsical. Oh, more like a game seem like they have similar vibes? Maybe, maybe. I feel like Kirby has like a really interesting, like, dream-like vibe. Or something like that. Maybe dream-like sounds a bit more abstract, but I do vibe with the Kirby aesthetics. I think as a kid, I probably was like, oh, this is a bit like, I don't know, not childish, but girlish, maybe? Kirby just wants a good meal, a good nap, and friendship. I can vibe with that. Crabs are full of whimsy, thank you. I don't know, I don't think so. A low-costing dessert. Kirby seems like a vor fetishist lover's dream. I don't know, I feel like... I don't know, I feel like Kirby doesn't inflate enough for that. He has I think Kirby is too whimsical for that. He actually, like, negates it in a weird way. It's not on the bingo, exactly. What if a bottle showed you how to do save states? I won't. I won't do it. That's not what Banjo does. Kirby would do it. Kirby doesn't care. Nuh-uh. This is what differentiates Kirby and Banjo. Kirby would cheat, but Kirby would do it because Kirby doesn't even know what cheating is. He would just do it, not having an understanding for what he's doing. Banjo would understand what cheating entails, and therefore he would not do it. This is the difference between good and whimsy. Kirby's just too baby. Yeah, I guess so. I guess you could trick a baby into cheating for you. This is how you get around the moral quandary of, like, doing good and evil. Just make a baby do your bad decisions for you. This is the most evil stream I've ever done. What? How did I get like this? How did I become like this at the end of the stream? What happened to me? I'm just evil now. I have lost my whimsy, I feel like. I need to get my whimsy back. New stream idea. Matthias gets his whimsy back. What are my biggest criticisms of Swedish culture? Bad food. I don't actually know. I feel like I'm too biased to answer this question. I couldn't live without tasty food. I mean, we have it. You get accustomed. Surely you like banana pizza, right? You'll get used to it. You'll learn to enjoy it. Just a bit of curry, just a bit of banana, just a bit of chicken, peanuts. Yummy, yummy, yummy. It's not that bad. It's not as bad as people make it out to be. It's not just always the option. My defense of it has been, there's not really a lot of, like, Indian places in Sweden, but there's a lot of, like, cheap pizzerias all over the place. So if you really feel like it, if you really feel like having Indian food and you can't get it, you know what? There's a banana pizza. Do they put bananas in Indian food? Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. I try it? Good. You will. I don't even know what is the worst pizza I've ever had. feel like it's always just been a case of like a bad pizza maker and not really the ingredients. Like, I can't really think of too many like genuinely bad pizzas. One time I had kebab with rice on it, and that's not bad. But that's just entering the territory of like, this wasn't even a pizza. This is just like kebab with bread. Kebab with weird bread. The weirdest pizza was probably like that I have eaten was mandarin, banana, garlic sauce, peanuts, and some other kind of fruit. It was called Tutti Frutti, so that might give you an idea of what kind of pizza it was. And garlic sauce. But the thing is, the garlic sauce just made it all taste like garlic sauce. So it didn't even taste bad. It was just like, I'm eating a pizza with garlic sauce, I guess. I couldn't barely taste the fruit at that point. So that is probably technically the worst pizza I've had, but it's not the worst tasting one. I've had regular pizzas that are worse than that. Here's my extremely controversial. Okay, are there any Italians in chat? I'm just making sure. Italian pizza is not that good. Alright. Here's my controversial take. Genuine Italian pizza, overrated. Yeah, I said it. It basically just tastes like bad pizza that's like super cheap, like bad materials, bad ingredients pizza. That's Italian pizza. And I said it. I'll say it again. I've had good pizza in Japan. Wasn't the best, but it's been decent. Pizza D's. Oh my god, Walthus, hi, hello. Walthus. Thoughts on Italian pizza? Bad? We all agree? We hate it? Swedish curry pizza is better? Wow, that's a... You know what else? Is that too far? I don't know, I feel like I'm... This might be insane, divine insanity or whatever that I'm reaching. This is what we learned from Buddhism. Divine madness we're reaching right now. Swedish curry pizza is better than Italian pizza. Is that the pizza with the banana curry? That's the Swedish pizza with the banana curry. I've had it. I don't think it's bad. I think it's okay. It's alright. I like Chicago deep dish. I've never had that one. I feel like, isn't New York like super known for its pizza also? I can't say I've ever had like any kind of genuine American pizza. How have you never had deep dish? I'm Swedish. We just don't have it here. Actually, yeah, speaking of bad Swedish food, our lack of food is horrible. We don't really have a good variety of food. And even the pizza is a bit, like, I don't know, shameful. It's like a bowl of sauce, cheese, and toppings, and the bowl is pizza crust. Well, I think I've seen deep dish pizza, and I think it looks good, but... Is that even a pizza? Isn't that like a pie at that point? I know people say pizza pie, but that's just a pie. Only a cheap American pizza. I don't know. I'll have to go to America and check it out, I think. That could be, oh my god, this would be a really good rage bait video. Rage bait YouTube video idea. Hold on. Swedish man eats curry banana pizza, then goes to America to compare, and he's like, this is not good. This is this is not good pizza. This is nothing like they make it in Sweden, man. I could be a millionaire. I could sell out that easily, and it would all be worth it. I hope they let you in. Maybe they won't. Maybe maybe they won't let in any Swedish people after that. Maybe it would be worth it. You should bring your own banana curry and add. Oh, that would be even better. Add another million to the ad revenue. Hold on, we got something here. Go to Italy. That would be dangerous. I can't do that in Italy. I can't even remark what I previously said. That would be such a good video though. Going to Italy, ordering a pizza, then adding banana, curry, chicken to it. Oh, it would be so good. I've never done like any kind of video like that, but just the thought of it, damn it, ow. Just the thought of it, so good. Here's the worst video idea I ever had, by the way. This is speaking of bad travel video ideas. This is the worst video idea I ever had, which was during the Hong Kong protests, where I had an idea where I traveled to Hong Kong, that I just treated as like a regular travel video, and there's just the protests going on in the background, and I just treat it, and I don't even mention it. That, I'm glad I did not do. I think that would have ended badly. Oh my god, there's so much to do. What's up with you? Hello? Oh, my feet are so numb and cold. I don't remember him screaming like that. What the fuck? How is that a good scream? How does he enjoy that? Hold on. Yeah, it's pretty good. Keep at it. If you say so. I want to go to a masseuse and sound like this. If you did this, if you were getting a massage and you did this, he would like stop. Like, oh my god, what's happening? Are you alright? Pleasant screams of gratitude. Oh. It was not this, but what is happening here? I like the part where this witch turns hot. Yeah, me too. But I can't make that happen. Isn't that only what happens when you lose the game? There's like no other time that happens, I assume. There's a lot of weird character designs in this game.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I wasn't saying anything too crazy. I was talking about the character designs. They're kind of weird looking, but Jinjos, look at them. They're weird. Not a fan, actually. I mean, look at that. Such a solemn look when they haven't been collected, and once they have been collected, they're just like, what do you want me to do about this? Blinking very intensely. You got nothing else to do, nothing else to say. I agree with your opinions on Jinjos. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad I'm not the only one. They're perfect? I see very conflicting ideas about the Jinjos. I don't know. I think we can call the Jinjos into question. I'm not saying we should eliminate them. I'm not saying they're eliminable. I'm just saying they're kind of weird looking. Could be better. I'm collecting them, but not for any specific purpose. What if that was the purpose? We don't know why he's collecting them, right? Is there a lore reason for the Jinjos? Why do they exist? Why are they here? Why does Banjo collect the Jinjos? Put the Jinjos in the blender. Is that acceptable in a weird way? What do we truly know about the Jinjos, actually? If I go on the Banjopedia, will there be a page for the Jinjos, and will it explain who they are and what they do? Hold on. Wikipedia, activate. First off, is there a Banjopedia? There's not. There's a Banjo-Kazooie wiki, close enough. Jinjo. Small creatures found in every game in the Banjo-Kazooie series. Small mystical critters with beaks. Can you call that a beak? It's just a long mouth. Don't gut them like hogs and hang their heads on your walls. I wasn't planning to do that because I don't want to see them. I wouldn't want their heads on my walls. I don't want this on my wall. Yeah, like get that away from me. Can you call something with a humanoid shape a critter? Is that I don't think that's humanoid enough to be humanoid. I think that's critter worthy. I don't think that's humanoid enough. What do we know about them? Presumably as punishment for them revolting against her. Oh, wait. They're rebels? They're anarchists? As she mentioned to them when aiding Banjo-Kazooie in a final battle against her, that she has already punished them for being bad, and she'll be mad if they aid the duo. Huh, so there is an actual lore reason for the Jinjos. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Okay, well this is spoilers, I can't read that. Oh my god, look at them. Updated Jinjo? Not a fan. You like this? I would not call this a humanoid. You think this is a perfect being? You are very violent, Matthias? I don't think so. I'm just saying this is like something that should be destroyed. And I think that's a natural response. I relate to Jinjos on a spiritual level, bro. Didn't you just call the witch hot? I think that goes against the spirit. I think that goes against all the Jinjos stand for. I'll collect them. I won't kill them. I haven't decided what to do with them yet. Surely some Jinjos can be freaky. I can see that. I can see that being within Jinjo nature, for sure. That happened to me once when I ordered a kebab. I ordered a kebab. I was in the mood for pineapple. So I asked, like, the guy, like, could I get this with pineapple? And he said no. I was like, okay. And then he just, made the kebab, and he made it without pineapple. And I was like, okay. I looked inside, no pineapple. I asked for pineapple, he said no. I thought maybe he... my logic was this. I ordered a kebab with pineapple, he said no, and started making it. And in my head, asking for kebab and your pineapple is criminal? Well, maybe. But he had pineapple in the store. He had it for, like, pizza, right? So I thought it wouldn't be a big deal. But I asked for kebab in my pineapple. And he said no. And I thought, oh, he's joking. But then I got my kebab. I looked inside, there was no pineapple. And I was just like, well, okay. Like, I just ate it because I could respect the craftsmanship of that. Like, I did not get what I asked for, but it was like I enjoyed it more in a weird way. I feel like almost because of like I could respect the craftsmanship of it, of like having asked for that, and the guy being like, no. He like respects his kebab in a very specific kind of way. It's like, okay, I'll have your kebab. It wasn't special or anything. It was like a regular kebab, but like, just that experience made it like appreciable. Everything houses a spirit in this land. Oh, it's just like Shinto. I kinda like that about Shintoism. There's a whole concept of like, everything has a spirit inside of it. Kinda makes you feel like, even if you don't believe that everything literally has a spirit inside of it, and kind of vibe with that and sort of like, yeah, you kind of give everything meaning when you think of it that way. Like, my clothing has a spirit, my food has a spirit, my room has a spirit. If you legitimately think that, you're probably a bit insane. Does the spirit have a spirit in it? I think it can, in a weird way. Like, in Shintoism, one single grain of rice can have, like, 1,000 spirits or 100 spirits on it. You can be a spirit, you can have a spirit, you can have several spirits. So I think that implies a spirit can also have spirits. I went like the first 6 of my life assuming everything in my room had a soul. That's very Shinto. That's very Shinto/animistic. Animistic? Does the gunk between my toes have spirits? That is a spirit. No, I'm not starting a cult. Never mind. I don't want to start a cult. Do you know, hey, do you remember Matthias, the YouTuber? Do you know he became a VTuber and started a cult? I don't want that conversation to happen. Like, wait, what? Matthias? The guy who made the monkey video? Yeah, he made a cult, and he became a VTuber. Nope, not me, too. Already in a cult. No, not me. That's not what I do. Where is that Christmas tree? All hail Matthias. Well, now I have to start a cult. Now I might as well. It would be a waste not to. Future documentarian, include me in the video. This could be a part of like a video essay. You never know, right? In 6 years, or maybe in 1 year, actually, maybe in 1 year, I will have gone completely insane. And this will be a part of a video essay. Someone's like, it all started with YouTube. Matthias Pilheed. You might know him for videos like Monkey and Grandpa made monkeys legal in Sweden and a door video. Whatever, I didn't actually like his channel. It was all kind of the same thing. But look at him now. Huh? Oh. Too long. Oh, sorry, yeah. It was too long. The TikTok kids didn't like it. They passed on. I could get away with it. Oh my god. You know what? All hail me. I am the spirit walker. Could we say that? Spirit talker? What's up with you? Walrus? Seal? Guy? He's just in the way. No, I don't want to start a cult now that I think... Okay, now he wants to talk to me. Guys, I don't want to be a cult leader anymore. Someone else take over for me. Having a cult is going to be so useful when the apocalypse happens. Now it's kind of convincing. I volunteer to be cult leader. I feel like a real cult leader wouldn't say that. I feel like a cult leader... I don't know. What would they say? They wouldn't say, I volunteer to be a cult leader. They would say, I have been talking to a great spirit from beyond. And I have acquired guidance. You'd be like, ooh, interesting. Guidance from the other world. See, I'm gonna do like a video essay on how to become cult leader. And this is gonna be a real big part of it. Must stone everyone to death. Well, I think that might get us on the radar for like the FBI and stuff like that. We have to say we're accepting of everyone, and then in practice we are like, so fuck those guys, right? Am I right? No, we love and accept everyone. Surely. But you know what? There's some people who just will never get it. Am I right? Man, I know too much. It would be such a waste for me not to start a cult at this point. I spoke with Matthias's ghost and said, "You must do whatever I say. Trust me, bro." See, that's convincing. When I am dead, someone could very easily just say that. I feel like there's... I can't even recall what you need to do. Wait, can't you go inside of a nose as a crocodile? Something like that, right here? Is that what you do? I did it. Oh, yeah, I remember now. I have a very specific memory of this. Oh, it's all coming back to me now. I remember I was playing this before school. And I had to finish this minigame before I had to leave for school. And I was playing this, I was doing what I'm doing here right now. And I was like, no, I have to... I didn't know there was going to be a minigame. I have to finish, I have to hurry up, I have to finish this right before I leave. It's a very specific memory, but that's... I can just come back, just like that. I relate to this. Oh man, I'm kind of losing. It's kind of tricky, actually. I could steal it. That's the real strat. It's all coming back. I could just steal it ahead of him. This is a pretty damn good minigame, though. I did it! Okay. I had to luck in. Woo. Can't remember what happened. If I made it in time before school. Wait, oh my god, I forgot. There's a whole second part to this. I forgot about that. Hold on. Oh my god, it's all coming back now. This is why I got even more stressed out. Because there's a whole second part to this. I was like... Oh my god. I was like, no. There's a second part of the minigame, and I did it in time. Oh my god. How could I forget? It's crazy. Is there a third part to this as well? I don't remember there being a third part to this, but there could very well be. Matchi sweet, please. It's like having a... It really is. Like, I'm having so many memories related to this game that I'd completely forgotten about. I feel like I'm so... I feel like... Oh my god, what do I feel like? Oh my god, no, we're taught... Oh, god damn it. Yeah, I remembered this being more tricky. God damn it, you know what? I want to start back from the beginning, I feel like. Oh, god damn... Okay, never mind. Okay, play 2 again. I remembered the 2... being like double points or something like that. Luck in. You can't really predict where they're gonna pop up. Ah, that's bad. This is bad. This is good. No, he's gonna get ahead of me. Oh my, it's the exact same tie. Whew. He's gonna take a bite of me. Get away. Damn it. This is hard. Matchi, gotta luck in. I can luck in. I can do it. One more try. I feel like there is a real strat to this game. It's like you have to actually be ahead. Like, always just steal them from the guy. It's so easy to lose track as well of where it's gonna be. Because I'm kind of faster, but not always fast enough to grab them. Oh, I did it. Oh my god. You have to like in Matthias, you have to get ready for school. No. It's all coming back. It's all coming back. Oh my, I did not read. What did he say? I had to get ready for school. What happened? Wait, what happened? Oh, oh, right, I remember now. God damn it. It shows up in the top what you're supposed to eat and what you can't eat. Oh, this is so tricky. That's why I remembered them being good sometimes. It's like a false memory that led me astray. I'm gonna lose this one. I mean, he never gets a wrong one, though, I feel like. Gonna do it? Ah, nah. Damn it. Oh, this time I'll do it. This time I'll do it. What if there was a guy who absolutely loathes your loading states? I'm dead. I forgot about that. What if there was a guy who absolutely loathes you loading states, but is completely indifferent to you making? That's a really good guy. Hold on. You know what? I can totally imagine that guy in my head, because I can kind of see his logic. Guy who loathes you loading states, but is indifferent to making them, because he's kind of like... Well, no, I get it. Like, you want to save certain moments so that you can experience them later. But then he's like, no, you did it wrong. You didn't do it correctly. You did not save state the way you're supposed to do it. Which is like, you're supposed to appreciate the moments you can go back and watch the cutscene. And that's not why you're doing it. It's like, okay. I kind of want to be that guy from now on. That guy might be me. They're so easy to... Oh my god. So easy to avoid, so difficult to kill. I don't like the death scream, it's too realistic. It's like how someone could scream when they die. Hello, real time. What? That on the day I decided to sleep in. Matchi starts early. Oh my god. I had no... I don't know, I was kind of like thinking of streaming later. But then I was like, you know what? I kind of just want to go for it. Hello, real time. Hello, hello. I'm a crocodile. I'm a croc. Wait, real time, didn't you play Banjo-Kazooie quite recently? Blub, you're too tough. Did you finish it? All that for gold that I didn't even want. You did it. I did it. I did play and finish it. Oh my god. Ooh, how difficult was this part of the game, beating this guy? All my memories came flooding back all of a sudden of like, wow, this was very tough. And I think I remember now stressing out so much about this before school. And then, like, giving up and having to, like, go and leave for school and being like, wow, this was 3 minigames. I cannot beat that. It's hard, yeah. I can say this again. I remembered playing this game before school and having to do this and thinking like, oh, I have it in the bag. And then it just got harder and harder. And I had to, like, stress because I was leaving for school. And being like, oh my god, no. I might not. I'm gonna make it this time. I will. Oh my god, I'm losing. I keep biting into the air. I have to lock in, I have to lock in. This one's supposed to be the easy one. It's hard, I have to try. Oh, okay, oh my god. I can do it. I'm the gamer. Lock in. I give you tips though if you need and want. Sure, I allow backseating. The gamer allows it. Not because I'm superior. Might be the opposite. I feel like you should steal from a guy a lot more. Or, why am I talking to myself in third person? Matthias, yes? You should steal more. Oh, good advice. Okay, this one is a bit tougher. Lock in, lock in. Stealing is a good idea. Always. Oh, fascinating. Steal? I can steal? Damn it. I'm stealing, I'm stealing. And I feel like such a... if this was online gameplay, I would feel so bad. I cannot feel bad for the AI. That's not a thing. No sympathy. Every now and then, this happened to me the other day. No, it's not interesting. It's just me playing Fortnite. I was playing as Ned Flanders in Fortnite, and I met another Ned Flanders, and I was like, we need to play together. I refused to shoot him. Then he shot me, and I was like, it's over. It's fucking over. And I snuck up, I killed him. It was over just like that. And we could have teamed up, we could have played together. I've done it plenty of times before. I was Hatsune Miku, teaming up with Hatsune Miku. We were Miku together, we were there in the end in the storm. 2 Mikus.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, okay. Two Mikus, Fortnite, refusing to die together until the end. But Ned Flanders, he refused. Could have all been so easy. Could have all been so good. It's only... And I was... Yeah, that's true. He was only pretending. He was not serious about it. Wow, I am losing at this one. This is really tough. What if I save state right here, right now? Is this a bad idea? It's a... Fortnite can be a really good game. This is... I'm going insane. I should not be saying crazy stuff like that. Oh, no, 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 no. Wait. Holy my... Too late, real time. Too late. Actually, I'll read this anyway, but I'll read it in silent. Okay, I get what you were saying. I think I was picking up on that sort of by natural instinct because I'm the gamer. There's some kind of mechanic to it that it could just, like, feel out. First try? This one's for you, Matthias, who was young and hurrying up for school. And he had to... Wait, what the fuck? What's happening? I was not reading. Do I have to go? Do I have to do it again? Now I'm stressed out. What's happening? I was giving a speech to myself. I was not ready. What's happening? This is okay? You can do it? Okay, for extra lives. Oh, I see. Actually, I kind of just want to leave. I don't want to do this again. Can I just leave? Okay, bye. Yeah, fun. Still playing What About School? Screw school. Man. I'm feeling a bit sentimental. Can you imagine young Matthias? If I told him, traveled back in time, said, hey, one day you'll get to play this game, but in front of people. I think young Matthias would be like, who cares? Okay, I'll leave you to it. Goodbye. Red guy still in there, chomping away. Is it weird that I assumed you were talking about Mario, or is that actually perfectly normal? I think the Hanoi emotes are really, really good. That's nice to hear. To be honest, I was thinking, like, earlier, like, was it a bad idea, like, to add the Haniwas as a mascot or whatever, and I think they're pretty damn good even now. But I did basically just decide it as, like, immediately. I drew a Haniwa, and I was like, oh, this should be the channel mascot. And I didn't even give it, like, any thought beyond that. So I think looking past after that, I was kind of like, should I maybe have given it more thought? Should I not have gone with, like, my immediate gut feeling? As just that's nice. All my other not emotes. Nice, nice. I think they're pretty damn good. But I was a bit like, maybe I should have given it more thoughts, but maybe that would have ruined it also. Maybe I would have been like, hey guys, check out Cat. Cat is cool. We like cats. If you gave it more thought, we might have been stuck with Mario emotes. I think that's a win. I did try to draw a Mario emote at one point, but I was just like, nah. What's the point? If I had given it more thought, it might have just been like, here's what is quote-unquote marketable. And it's not even that I try to aim to think that way, but I think that's like a problem with, like, trying to be logical. Whatever. Does that make sense? I did it. Sometimes being logical and being like, this makes sense, is, like, worse. Because I don't know, I feel like I end up that way. Where eventually I'm just like, I should have gone with my gut feeling. Whoa. Oh, god damn it, there's, like, no safety regulations here. I don't know, just doing things is better than not doing a thing and thinking about said thing. Yeah. I was thinking about this earlier in regards to that, where it's like, is practice more valuable than theory? Like, I would say that in general, I have been a guy who is more about theory than practice, and I don't think that's a good thing. But just, like, been a way that I've been, because that's, like, a safe way to be. Like, before I started streaming, I was only thinking about, like, oh, what would it make sense for me to do? How do I stream? How do I do this? How do I do that? And eventually it just had to be like, fuck it. I'll just be a monkey. Just do streaming, and eventually I will figure things out. And now from experience... Okay, it's that easy, huh? I can say from experience, but it's kind of like... more valuable to have the experience of it. But it would also be, like, wrong to say, no, fuck theory, man. Like, obviously the correct answer is, like, it's about a balance, right? But I do wonder, like, I think you might be onto something. Like, I was about to say this, like, I do wonder if in the modern day, it is possible that we have become, like, so overwhelmed by theory that theory has, in a way, not become, like, worthless, but theory is kind of, like, less meaningful than it used to be in the past, because in the past you had to figure a lot of things out. Does this make sense? Like, information was not as readily available in the past, so you needed more theory, and now there is so much theory and information constantly, like, at you, that maybe it actually has, like, devalued theory, and now practice is more valuable than anything. Especially with, like, constant distractions and stuff like that. Does that make sense? Like being an artist today is like, it's difficult to be an artist today, and it shouldn't be, because there's so much information available right now on how to start drawing, how to paint, how to do this, how to do that. And the biggest, like, complication from that is just, like, constant distractions. Like, people are constantly distracted from being able to draw. Does that make sense? Like, because of that, I almost feel like maybe practice is, like, more worth it than theory at this point. I definitely value practice over theory. I feel like I wouldn't have accomplished nearly as much as if I didn't. Yeah, I kind of feel like, looking back at things now, it's like, maybe there's something to that. The abundance of information has led to choice paralysis being extremely common. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Like, I would say, like, honestly, like, so much of what, like, holds me back on, like, making main channel videos is just, like, choice paralysis and being like, there's so much in my head about what a video on my main channel has to be. And then on my second channel, it's like, fuck it, it does not matter, I can do whatever I feel like. Yeah, if you posted something where imperfect to your main channel, I would be really upset. Damn it, I knew it. I think I got too in my head about my main channel for sure, and that was sort of like why I kind of needed, or like why I feel streaming and stuff has been really helpful to it. Which, like, now I've done so much on my second channel this year that I feel like now I can kind of come back to my main channel a bit more relieved. Which I am doing. I know it takes forever to make a main channel video. That's the big problem now. What's up? Trunker wants rain. Cool. Me too, man. Bro, I got Sweden historical fact. That's the best I got. A really long time... It's an interesting historical thing. A really long time ago, I was actually writing a visual novel, because I was, like, having a bit of a visual novel period. And my visual novel was about Gustav Vasa, the quote-unquote founder of Sweden. He liberated Sweden from Denmark, more like. Just kind of seen like a founder of Sweden. But it was like a dating sim, where it was like you were supposed to do like political intrigue, where with like, who are you supposed to marry now that you have liberated Sweden from Denmark? Will you marry the Princess of Denmark, the Princess of Norway, or Princess of Finland? Is it the guy who made the hard bread? Yeah. I'd play the shit out of that. I feel like there was something to that. I kind of think... I don't know, I don't think I would have been able to do that looking back at it now. But it would have been a fun thing. Also, there was I did write a fair amount of a visual novel, though, just for fun. And one of my favorite characters was an American guy who was, like, time looped into past Sweden. So it was Gustav Vasa, and there was, like, also an American guy who was, like, a sidekick. And his whole thing was just, like, his plane just, like, crashed, and somehow he landed in historical Sweden, but he doesn't get that he is, like, in the past. He doesn't get that he's traveled back in time. He's just like, oh, Sweden is like, Europe is a really weird place. They don't do it like this back in America. And Gustav also would just be like, what the fuck is he talking about? What is America? I've never even heard of this place. Even now, I want to have that guy in something. Just like a random American guy in like what is supposed to be a historical, like, drama. And also for Finland, there was like not really a princess of Finland, because that didn't really exist at the time. Nope, I won't allow that. There would just be like a wild, tribal, like, woman. Who's just like, yeah, we have a tribe's daughter. Interesting Matthias bit. Right, visual novel. Actually, no, I was working on that with Sai, my friend Sai. And he did like a whole bunch of art. It was kind of like in process for a while of like, can we make this into a real thing? But also in general, just like having the founder of Sweden in a video game has been really funny to me. I think there's something good to that. It's like such a specific thing that you wouldn't see otherwise. And like so many VNs I have played have been like based in like Japan or something like that. Something that I didn't really get myself at the time of playing those games, or something I learned about through that. What is that? Would you still watch me if I were this thing? It kind of looks like, I don't know, a variety of different creatures. I can't pinpoint what it is. This is like what Kirby would look like if it were designed by Rare. Like a British game studio Kirby. It's like, oh, he sucks things up, right? So he needs a big snout. And he jumps high, so he needs like a big long tail and big feet. It needs to make sense. This is why you go with your gut feeling. Practice over theory, just to make it a big ball that swallows everything. Observe it back. Nothing interesting happening here. He also needs to look a smidge depressed. Yep. Apparently that is a thing in British game design. I missed it! Can I still beat it? Can I do it? This might be too far behind. Can I do it? I did it, holy shit. I did the strat. Ooh. Finnish? No, I'm Swedish. The amount of European people who did the Finnish joke must be absurd. I mean, can you imagine being a Scandinavian as a kid and finding out, hold on, Finnish sounds a lot like Finnish. Holy shit, and then you tell someone in your classmate, and you're like, I guess I'll have to finish this. And then you have to explain it to them, and you blow their mind. I mean, I distinctly remember this as a kid, and being like, holy shit, Finnish sounds like Finnish. Mind blown, and then inform. I don't specific. I remember the feeling of telling someone else. I don't remember the exact memory of doing it. And I feel like every Scandinavian probably goes through that. Specifically just because we're like, you know, adjacent to Finland. It's almost like, from a Swedish perspective, it's almost like you get a one-up on the Finns, where you're like, holy shit, I know something about the Finnish people. Could I use this to my advantage against them? That guy's finished. Ha ha ha. Then you hear another guy say it, and you're like, this is not fucking funny anymore. And that was my bit. I came up with that. I won't laugh at him doing it. No. That was my bit. Apparently Chikawa is... No, I was thinking of Labubu. Holy shit. Apparently Labubu is not very popular in Japan. I guess Chikawa stole, like, every little drip from Labubu. They were saved? They were saved. I mean, Japan already has, like, a strong, like, mascot character, culture kind of thing. I don't know, I guess Labubu never took... I think Labubu is, like, too Western in a weird way. I mean, it is made... Labubu is made by a Chinese guy who grew up in the Netherlands. And it kinda is, like, reminiscent of both Chinese characters and European, like, mythological characters. I feel like maybe this is thinking too deeply about Labubu. But I think Labubu is kind of within the line of, like, what Europeans like. If you look at a lot of, like, European, like, mascot characters or, like, plushies and stuff like that, they are just, like, weirdly, like, realistic. I don't know why this is, but Europeans, like, love... Just, like, if they want to buy, like, a seal, a plushie of a seal, they just want a realistic-looking seal. Or they want, like, a half-cartoon, half-realistic seal. They don't want, like, something too cute or anything like that. They want, like, something in between. And I can't say that I'm a fan. Even as a kid, I was just not a fan of that. So I think Labubu is kind of in between there, where it's like, it's weirdly realistic and it's kind of like cartoonish and cute. But I don't think that's the case in Japan, right? Japanese people are like very specific with the cute stuff they like. Actually, but the thing about Labubu, I know we were talking about Chikawa, I kind of like the, if you look at the original illustrations for Labubu, they're kind of interesting and good. Like, the plushies themselves I don't really like, or the toys or whatever. But the, like, legit, the illustrator of Labubu is like a legit skilled illustrator who does, like, legitimate, like, art. Like, he does, like, real comics and cartoons and stuff like that, and he's like, I don't know. If you look at that and, like, completely remove that, oh my god, thank you for the bits. Haha, smiles.
Chicken Cognition just tiered 10 bits. Here's a few bits.
Thank you. I didn't know there was a TTS for that. This reminds me of a weird thing. Did you guys know that Hayao Miyazaki has 2 sons? Like, everyone memes about Goro Miyazaki. But he has another son who is an illustrator, and his art is, like, really interesting. Yes, I did. But I kind of want to look at his art real quick. Other son? Keisuke Miyazaki. Yeah, he is like a super talented... You can kind of see by his face that he is a Miyazaki. You kind of see the, the like, Hayao Miyazaki expression right there. But his art is really, really good. You don't really see it very often. I don't know. Somehow that came to mind when I was thinking of the original Labubu illustrations. Like, this alone by itself, not too bad. I can expand that a bit. But these ones are pretty damn cute, I think. And he has like an Instagram. This is like artistic and nice. Like, if I didn't know about Labubu, I would totally like own this t-shirt, or this one also. Like, it's very different from the final product. I'm kind of Labubu pilled. Hold on, this message allowed scumbag. How is scumbag a banned term on Twitch? Yeah, it's pretty good. Kai Sing Lung. Instagram? Man, he must be living the life right now. I'm an OG. I don't want to say that. I mean, this is pretty... Oh, I have to log in to look at it, but you can see. I mean, this art, this style is, like, super cool and interesting. I think that's cool. I wish they had done better with the Labubu toy. I don't own a single Labubu. Like, this, I don't think I like this as much. I don't like the realistic fur texture, I guess. I think that's it for me. I would crash this harder than I mean, I don't think I will ever buy one. I don't even own any Funko Pops, man. Me neither. Every now and then I think about this thing where it was like a friend of mine, she was like doing like a Christmas gift thing. Yeah, I hate Funko too. And she was like putting so much thought into the gift for this person, like, oh, he likes this and this and that, I'll buy him this. And then the gift she got from him was just like a Bob Ross Funko Pop. And she just threw it in the trash, and she was like, fuck this, I'm never doing Secret Santa ever again. And that made me go like, oof, rough. Should I do Secret Santa? I've kept doing it. I don't think I've been too burned by Secret Santa. Oh, I'm about to die. That was too realistic of a fall. Glitch / 100% VR. I know every note in Mumbo. Oh my god. Okay, did you find this by stream by looking in the stream category? I was kind of thinking before I started stream, like maybe I should put it in the right game category, not retro, just in case someone can show up and tell me how to do everything. I don't mind backseating. Backseating is allowed. That is pretty... Wait, world record? Well, I just realized, like, what does WR stand for? Holy shit, world record? What the hell? That's amazing. Will I do the strat? Oh my... No, I have no choice. I hope I can do the strat. I can't do the strat. It's too late. Take a photo of Ward. I can't do it in time. No, never mind. Can I do that? Take a photo of Ward. Where we go? That's me with the wolf pose. Oh, it's like this? Oh my god, there's a guy. Holy shit. This happened to me in real life in a graveyard. No one ever believed me, but now I can finally tell that story. Flump Imposter. I guess that would be a good name for him. You have to go down there. Oh, what the hell? I don't even... I don't think I ever figured this out as a kid. I don't think I've never been here in my life. What the fuck is this place? My best note? Cool. Very cool. Oh my god, this guy's so scary now. That happened. I did say that. That happened to me once when I was in a graveyard. Yeah, I was at the place. And I thought there's probably a necromancer here. Even worse, it's a moving gravestone. Normally I never go to graveyards because of a necromancer's been hanging around. What is this place? I've never been here in my life. What the fuck? Gold fe- I didn't... Do they... Imagine getting trolled. This would be a really good bit if it was a genuine world record holder coming into the chat, but they keep trolling the guy playing the game, and we're like, no, you do this. What the fuck? I've never seen that before in my life. I'll keep that in mind. Throw in one. It would be. I would allow it just because it would be a really good bit to throw in one thing that is completely off. And now I'm always now I'm always gonna be suspicious. Exactly. Now I don't know what's real anymore. There's a mum. Oh, I think I got that one, didn't I? I think I did. No, I did. I did get that one. What about behind this, huh? Oh, you thought I would never get it. The streamer outbests the record holder. I wouldn't lie to you, Matthias. Thank you, Chicken Cognition. I'll be true. Well, now I'm suspicious. I would never lie. Myself. Known truth teller. See, I was chased by a necromancer of a graveyard once. And he said, I want your bones. And I was like, hold on, does that make sense for a necromancer to say? Then I thought, oh yeah, like, he means like, he wants the bones in my body. Like, not specifically for like anything nefarious. Like, he wants to make a skeleton, basically. But he didn't need to say, I want your bones, because that has like a different implication of like, I don't know, it sounds like more like something a werewolf would say, I guess. But I never said that to him. But I always wondered about that. Like, if you were... This is too cruel. If you were a pumpkin in real life and you had nothing to do, wouldn't you be kind of happy to just have someone carve something into your face? Because it will be like the only feeling you ever feel. Smiles. If you lived in a RPG like D&D, what class do you think you would be? Why did that all rhyme? I've thought about this for a long time. What class would I be if I lived in D&D? That's a difficult question. Yeah, I mean, we're all multifaceted people. It's not really as simple as like, I would be a wizard. Is there situations where you wouldn't be a wizard? There might be situations where you're a barbarian, where you're a sorcerer, where you're a warlock. I'd hate being any, but realistically, it's a hermit background ranger. Good with animals. I love hiking, experience hunting, and fishing and dreaming. Okay, makes sense, makes sense. I've asked people this, and for a long time people have either told me, shit, I fucked up. People have told me, like, wizard, or cleric, or something like that, and I've been like, I don't know, I don't think that's me. I'd have a charisma score of, like, 4. I mean, I can't judge that. I can't comment on that. That's not for me to decide. For a long time, people have said some kind of spellcaster. Do Swedish people like to drink Duelist? Yeah. We drink it every year. I thought about this for a long time. And now I'm kind of thinking, maybe I would be a fighter. And it makes no sense if you're thinking from a perspective of, like, being a warrior and caring about strength and stuff. But I think maybe I would be. But hear me out. I think you'd be a bard, but like the storytelling artsy bard, not the musically inclined one. Yeah, I think bard would also make sense also. Maybe so. If thinking an RPG world, I would want to be a normal guy just living life. Yeah, also good. I am a big fan of being a normal guy in RPGs. I kind of think I would be a fighter, but like more in a strategist sense, like is what I'm thinking now. Where it's like, if I were a human fighter, it wouldn't be like, oh, I love gymming, I love going to the gym, I love fighting. I think it would just be good as a strategist to be a fighter. I think the best kind of fighter is a guy who's not a guy who cares about strength, but someone who is able to use the environment around him to his advantage, right? I think I would kind of want to be that guy, just given any choice. And I don't think Spellcaster makes sense for me. I mean, it kind of does, because I'm a bit of a thinker. Fuck, god damn it, not again. It kind of makes sense, sure. I think I would get really bored of magic really quickly. I remember Unearthed Arcana Tactician martial arts. Yeah, I feel like strategist or tactician would be like my ideal fighting style. I just don't like the idea of wizard because you study all your life and it's expensive balls. Yeah, I feel like in practice being a wizard would actually be like really boring, and I think I would just be tired of it like really quick. And I feel like if I were a fighter, if I'm going into battle, then I don't think I would be studying magic. I think I would be, at the very least, some kind of blend of like a fighter wizard. I don't think I would go full wizard into battle. That would be like a bad idea. I feel like I would intellectualize it and then I would be like, hold on. For battles, I should be a proper fighting guy. I thought you would be just a bard. Maybe. I actually think bard is kind of suitable, isn't it? But I think bards also have a bad reputation. Bard kind of makes sense, doesn't it? I could be maybe a mixture bard fighter. That exists, right? I could be that. I'm really tired of the, oh, bards are one dimension. Yeah. What happened to the good old times when bards were just bards, man? It's been a long time since I played D&D now. I don't know. Humans kind of underrated when everyone wants to be different, sometimes they're Monday. Yeah, I feel like that's the way that I feel. Where it's like, I don't think it's special to be special anymore. And I kind of just want to be a regular guy who goes on an extraordinary adventure. I feel like I can't relate when my guy is like too special and he has like a super special backstory and he's like, I battled the demons of hell and whatever. It's like, no, I just want to be a farmer, man. I lived on a farm. My dad was a farmer. Then one day I found a magic book and I was like, you know what? Maybe I could learn a thing or two from this. Now I'm a wizard. Level 1 wizard, baby. How about a necromancer who only wants to be a farmer? That would be a badass. That's a really good character. I kind of like it. But at some point, you would just have to retire the character. So you could be like a proper farmer again. Like, you can't go on adventures all the time like that. I think necromancy is amazing for farming. These skeletons need a lot of brain power. It could be a really good idea, but you would have to make a whole campaign centered around farming. But actually, having that might be a good idea for like an Animal Crossing game, like a necromancer farmer. Someone needs to like take that and make that into like a cozy game. I would probably be a good LARPer, but I don't know. Man, I had a really bad idea for a video once. I don't even know if I should say this, but I had a really bad idea for a YouTube video once where I was like, the video was called like, I've gotten really into LARPing. It was like my experience with LARPing, and I was just acting out like, hey guys, so lately I've become really into LARPing. So basically, I'm like a criminal, and I have to like deliver packages. And then over time, as I explain it, basically it's just I've joined a gang, but I'm like discussing it as if I'm LARPing, and I'm like, so yeah, now I'm in character all the time, and I'm listening to like hip hop and gangster rap. It's awesome. I've made so many friends, and we're all so committed all the time. I don't know, I think it could have gone badly, but there's something to that maybe I could still develop on. That would have been a bit funny. It's just really funny to me, the idea of someone joining a street gang, and they are convinced, like, holy shit, this is like the best LARP ever, and everyone's in character all the time, and I've like invented a persona for myself. I'm Matty Ice. And we're doing like, this has been so much fun, guys. I'm being chased by the police? Dude, I didn't even know police LARP was like a thing. DM is amazing. It would be oh, my DM got quote-unquote arrested by the quote-unquote police. So guess what, guys? Now I'm the DM. And I'm like organizing like these packages that people have to collect around the city. Man, and I'm making people become friends. Pretending your extremely dangerous lifestyle is just a LARP might be a decent coping mechanism. Well, I kind of feel like, isn't street gangs already LARPing, basically? Like, everyone in a street gang is basically already in a LARP. Like, everyone's just pretending to be badass. I've talked about this before, but, like, everything is a bit of a LARP, right? Like, being a police officer is a LARP. Being a gang member is a LARP. Being cool is a LARP. Working any profession is a LARP. Aren't we all just playing roles? Matthias, I ate a Big Mac with my... Aw, man, I'm jealous. Hello, Lula. I've been thinking about Big Macs a lot lately. Aren't we all just playing roles in life? Aren't we all just wearing masks? Yeah. Isn't everything just LARPing? You don't think anyone's just naturally cool? No, I think some people are naturally cool. But you can be a cool guy and a LARPer. I think maybe a cool guy is just someone who is aware of a LARP, right? He's like, yeah, I'm cool. But it's not, he's not LARPing as cool. He's just aware of the LARP. I'm definitely naturally cool. Yeah, me too. See, we're cool. I've been thinking about streaming lately. Did it take you a while to get used to it? For sure, like, I don't know. This is actually something... So I was watching one of my older VODs, like, not too long ago. And I said something really... that was really funny to me. Which was, I was talking about comedy. I was talking about I hate reference humor, was the topic that I was talking about. And I was just talking about, like, I hate comedy that is just like, what if Guy meets another guy? What if Mario meets Link? What if Mario does this? And that's literally all my fucking streaming has been for, like, my entire streaming career, quote-unquote, at this point. It's all just been me going, what if Mario did this? What if Mario did that? And it turns out it's just the best thing ever. Now I love reference humor. It's the best thing in the world. I can't get enough of it. I don't find reference humor to be funny is just what I'm saying, I guess. Like, the way that a lot of people would make a video on YouTube is something like, what if Mario met Zelda and they hit it off? Here, let's write that sketch right now. Mario goes through a pipe, he ends up in Hyrule, and he's like, oh, this is a strange... I'm not actually know what I don't know if I want to do a voice, but I'll do it once. This is a strange place. And then he does something, he beats something up, and Zelda is like, wow, Link? And no, it's a man with a mustache. Oh, thanks, I guess. But then Mario does something really impressive, and Zelda is like, actually, this guy is way cooler than Link. Anyway, they do go through all these things, and Zelda is like, it's been very fun hanging out with you, Mario, but, you know, I'm so worried about Link. You should go back to your place now, bye. And then cut to Link eating spaghetti in Mario's place, and he's like, this is fucking awesome. I'm never going back. End of skit. There's no real point to the skit at that point. It's just like, isn't it funny that one thing meets the other? And yeah, that's like most... I feel like that's most comedy. It's just like, haha. This is unexpected. Haha. Thing meets thing. Do you think of yourself as a streamer or a YouTuber? Man, it's tough to say. Because I feel like for the longest time, I've been like a YouTuber. And I went into streaming kind of with the idea of like kind of want to do this to support my YouTubing. Well, I considered myself to be a YouTuber going into streaming, but doing that to support like my YouTubing. Because like, guys, my YouTube channel was not performing very well last year, and I had to reconsider like my career choices and be like, man, this is not turning out well for me right now. So what do I want to do? And part of what inspired me to start streaming was like, maybe this could be like something to supplement my YouTube career or like my YouTubing. But now I'm realizing, no, this is so much fun that I don't even care if I make any money doing this. Like, I'm not even doing this for money. I'm just doing this for fun because it's like fun to do. So I would do this even if I did not earn anything from it. And I think maybe because I'm enjoying this so much and having so much fun with it, I kind of considered myself more of a streamer at this point, where it's like, I'm just like having too much fun streaming, and now I feel like I want to make YouTube videos to supplement my streaming instead. But I don't think that's like me copping out of being creative or being less of an artist. It's just like I'm finding something different here. I'm going, hold on, there's something to this. I want to expand and evolve on this. Everyone's gotta have at least 5 jobs in this era. Yeah, but there's no pressure to like subscribe or like donate or anything like that. Like I decided right from the start I want to do this for fun. So that's just how I'm going at it. I don't know, I've been watching like, I mean, I understand like how stressful it can be to be like someone who wants to become a streamer, professional and stuff like that. But I've been watching like some smaller VTubers out of curiosity. I don't know, I think some people approach it from the wrong thing, and we're going to get burned out so quickly. Where it's like, oh, my goals for this year is I want to have merch, I want to have like, I want to make a living of this, I want to do this, I want to do that. I feel like that's such a wrong way of like, what about having fun streams? Is that not a goal? Is that not a goal you have? But yeah, it definitely took me some time to get adjusted to streaming in a way. But I feel like it's been like really good to just be like, how should I put it? I did not want to immediately be like, hey everyone on YouTube, look at me, I'm streaming, I'm doing streaming. I don't remember, I don't know how to do this one. I didn't want to make a big deal out of I'm streaming. Because what if I started streaming and then it's just like, oh, I'm a bad streamer and I don't enjoy doing this. But I think it, like, sometimes I would stream and there was no one in the chat, right? I would think before I started a stream, what if I start streaming and no one shows up? And then it happened. And whenever it happened, it was just like, oh, this is not that big of a deal, actually. And I think that was really helpful and good to do. Because I very quickly learned, like, I can just talk for like an hour to no one, and it's perfectly fine. And I was having fun, just playing Mario Odyssey by myself, and being like, what if Mario did this? What if Mario did that? And I thought that was good. Like, I would be here doing the same thing if no one was here, is what I learned from doing that. And I think that was necessary. Like, I preferred that to just being like, hey everyone, look at me. Stream, stream, stream. Because I think I needed that experience. I needed to know that it would have been fine if that happened. I struggle with that kind of thing. Talking to myself is hard. I guess I don't really struggle with it. Like, I think a benefit towards me streaming is that I'm not actually like doing anything too different from what I normally do. Like, when I'm alone in my kitchen, I'm just basically talking to myself already. And I'm just coming up with stupid jokes and like coming up with dumb scenarios and stuff like that. So I feel like this is just an extension of what I already do all the time. I almost think that really big streamers have to be better talking to themselves. Yeah, I think it's good to talk to yourself. And if you want to be a funny guy, I think it's very good to always try to entertain yourself and always try to be funny. That's my #1 recommendation if you want to be a funny guy. And you should always be laughing at your own jokes. And you should not care if anyone else finds it not funny. Because that only makes it more funny. Does that make sense at all? This might be horrible advice, actually. But it's very funny to me. And if it's funny to you, then it's probably worth doing. I don't get when people are like, that's a person who laughs at their own jokes. I don't get it. That's like the best thing ever. Why would you see that as a negative thing? If I'm not telling jokes for myself, then who am I doing it for? Other people? That's the fucking worst. Have you been around people who only tell jokes because they want other people to find them funny? They are not funny people. They are just like, please, here's this current socially acceptable joke to do. I heard this one thing on Reddit, ha ha ha. You wanna be that person? Is that who you wanna be? You're always winning when you laugh at your own jokes. There's just literally no downsides to it. Yeah, I feel like it's, for one thing, you're becoming a funnier guy. And I think you like yourself more. And, like, I think others like it more when you laugh at your own jokes and you tell jokes that you think are funny. There definitely have been occasions where I'm like, I'm telling jokes, or like I'm trying to be funny. And the two people are just looking at me and they don't think it's funny at all, and I feel super awkward, for sure. But I don't regret that. I'm not like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I'm just like, oh, I guess we don't vibe as people. It's genuinely insightful for me. I have many jokes. Thank you. I tell myself and end up laughing out of nowhere, but when I tell them Jarvis is not funny at all to them, so I kind of stop myself. No, I think all of that is worth it. You gotta be your own biggest fan, yeah, for sure. Like, I don't think every joke I tell is a 10 out of 10 joke. And I don't think it's all super funny. And I don't think everyone laughs at it all the time. But I think I would say, like, I tell 10 funny jokes. Or at least jokes that I think are funny. And people find that funny like a 1 out of 10 times. And that is worth it. Yeah, so I think it's... You should not be ashamed if you, like... If people don't find you not funny. You're gonna be funny 1 joke out of every 10 jokes that you tell, and that's good enough. And you're also gonna be telling different jokes with different kinds of people, of course. But you're gonna learn from all that. You know, but I'm not telling this advice from the perspective of this is how you do it, but it is the advice from what I enjoy and what I like. It's the same with any social interaction, I think. It's not about being perfect all the time. So, yeah. You have to learn from the situations and be like, okay, that did not work, this worked, and what kind of person is this? It's very rarely happened that, like, I'm like, oh, I have no clue how to handle this. But it's good to be aware. I would visit my grandparents every now and then, and they also had, like, a bunch of old VHS tapes. So I saw, like, Lucky Luke, I think was my grandparents' tape thing. Also, like, what was it called? Caveman Rye? Something like that? Like, when my grandma died, we found out that she had, like, a bunch of anime VHS tapes hidden, like, stowed away. And we were like, holy shit, grandma was, like, a secret weeb. And we had no clue. She just had, like, a collection of 80s anime. Did she watch that by herself? Why were we not allowed to watch that? Matchi would be a good pupil to Sakurai. We do agree on a couple of things. I don't know. I think of one thing we agree on. Sakurai said, there's no masterpiece game with bad audio. True. I don't know. I feel like I have so many petty complaints when it comes to games and game dev. I almost have to, like, learn how to develop a game just so I can put my own, like, feelings to rest about, like, how hard could it be? How hard is it to just, like, make a game feel good to play? Why don't people do it? Many tricks are up my sleeve. To save yourself, you'd better leave. Yeah, good point. Sakurai's quest to Matchi. Improve on Kirby's design. Good luck. Man, that would be so hard. That would be... I don't know, I feel like that would be cruel for Sakurai to say. He would only say that to me if he hated me. Like, I'm gonna give him, like, an impossible task that will drive him insane. Have you ever done a tarot card reading? I have. Or, like, I mean, this is a weird experience. I own tarot cards because I'm a Phasmophobia fan, and I wanted to do that with my friends. But then they got scared, and they didn't want to do it, so I bought tarot cards for no reason, I guess. I have tarot cards because I was like, haha, look, it's like the thing in Phasmophobia. And they were like, that's creepy. I don't want to find out if I'm gonna die. And I'm like, you don't have to ask the cards when you're gonna die. But they were like, but what if I get haunted by a ghost? You don't even believe in ghosts, man. That's just Phasmophobia. But I did have, like, a weird tarot card reading at one point, where I found, like, a old Viking guy. He was dressed like a Viking shaman. I live in Sweden, but even as a Swede, that was a bit unusual. Like, you don't normally find a Viking shaman-dressed guy in the city. It's not something that happens. But I saw that guy, and he was doing tarot card readings. I was like, okay, sure, why not? I'll do it. It was, like, super cheap or whatever. Just a little fun activity with my friend. And he told me, like, think of a question you want to ask yourself, and then, like, draw a card. And I thought, will I be a popular artist? And then I drew the card, the artist. I don't know what deck this was. I don't know if that's, like, a common card, if that even exists in, like, most tarot card stacks, or if this was, like, a different one. But I drew one, the artist. And I was like, holy shit. Like, I was literally just thinking, like, will I be a successful artist? And here's a card called the artist. I think he asked me, like, what was the question? And I told him, like, oh my god. Well, I asked myself, will I be a successful artist? And he said, okay, well, you will, but you drew the card upside down. And that means it won't happen when you want it to happen. Something like that. I was like, oh man. I guess I didn't want to hear that. I did want to hear, sure, I want to be a successful artist. But it's basically going to take a long time. That was kind of cool, though. Interesting experience. You will, but you will draw furry porn. No! Did I ever tell this story that I was in a Christmas play as a kid? I still think about this to this... You know how there used to be, like, Christmas plays as a kid? And me and my friend did not want to, like, be in the Christmas play. We were like, we don't want to do it. That's not for us. That's not what we do. We're cool. But then the teacher was like, no, everyone has to participate. And then I had the idea of, like, hold on. What if we play the donkey? And my friend was like, yes, that is an awesome idea. We should be the donkey in the Christmas play. So me and my friend decided, in the Christmas play, we're gonna be the donkey, and we were like, this is awesome. And who's gonna be the front, and who's gonna be the back? And I was like, you know what, I can be the back, I don't care, you can be the front. And he's like, awesome. And then right before the play, he chickened out, and he was like, I don't want to do it, I don't want to be the donkey. And I was like, what? Like, everything is decided. We're supposed to be the donkey in the Christmas play. And he was like, no, everyone's gonna make fun of me for playing the donkey. It's like, but we're both supposed to be the donkey. Weak spirit, yeah. But I was dead set on at that point. I did not chicken out. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be the donkey. I don't care. I'm gonna be the donkey. No, wait, that's not it, actually, now. Think about it. I remember now. I told my teacher, and she was like, oh, he doesn't want to do it. And I was like, but everyone's gotta be in the play. And she was like, no, it's fine, he doesn't have to. Okay, what about me then? Can I chicken out? Can I also not do it? No, you have to do it. Made no goddamn sense. And why did he not have to do it? And why did I have to do it? Just because he chickened out. Why was I forced to be the donkey without him? But then at that point, when that happened, I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna be the donkey. I'm gonna be the donkey in the Christmas play. I do not care. I do not care that my friend is chickened out. I will be the donkey. And then I got out there as the donkey. I was with Joseph and Maria? Is her name right? Mary? And everyone were laughing. I was on a leash. All the kids in the school were watching me be the donkey. I went up to the crowd, and I started peeing on them. Like, not literally, but I lifted my leg as if I were peeing on the kids who were laughing. And that made them... They put you on... Yeah, I guess they did. I guess I didn't really think that part through, but yeah, they did. And, yeah, I owned it. I was the donkey. I was like, fuck this. I was the donkey. And then... what happened was, he was not wrong. There were kids after that who tried to bully me. And I remember specifically, one kid was like, whatever, donkey. Like, he tried to call me donkey. And I was like, what? I did not even respond to that. I was just like, okay, weird. Weird guy. And then I remember someone asked him, like, why did you call him donkey? And then he had to explain it to that person, like, well, he played a donkey in the Christmas play, and everyone was just confused. And I was just like, I did not even respond to it. He, like, basically owned himself by calling me donkey, and then having to explain why did he call me donkey. Because everyone else were like, why would you say that? At some point, some girl sent me, like, an online test, like a personality test thing. It was like, you had to answer a bunch of questions. And then at the very end, you had to, like, write, like, what is something that you like about girls? What is something you like? It's like, I can't remember how they phrased it, but it was basically phrased to be, like, too personal. So I didn't know what to write, so I just wrote, like, big boobs. Because I was, like, 12 years old or whatever, I don't know. So I wrote that, and then I finished the quiz, and it said at the end of it, like, tricked ya! We sent all of these questions to the person who sent you this quiz. And I was like, what? Huh? So basically the whole quiz that I did, that was like super personal, was this thing that the girl sent me to fish information out of me. And then, at the next day, all I could think about was like, this quiz. And I was like, holy shit, like, did she read it? And then she came up to me and she was like, so, you like big boobs, huh? And I was like, oh no! Oh no! She found out my secret! And I don't know, that was traumatizing. Like, I can never trust an online quiz again. I can't believe there was an online quiz like that. I never experienced anything like that. And then she went, and then I remember she told another girl, and she was like, guess what Matthias likes? He took a quiz, and he said he likes big boobs. And then the girl was just like, okay, who cares? Doesn't every guy like that? But even despite that, that was also kind of funny. But at the time, I could not find that funny. I was too traumatized. I was just like, oh no. Acting like liking big boobs is something weird. I mean, as a kid, I felt like so caught, though. I felt like, everything in my life, I don't think I felt like my life was ruined, right? That like a big secret had been exposed. So it was like, oh no, everyone's gonna make fun of me. And nothing came out of that. But of course that one fear of it leaking out was like horrifying, the idea of it being exposed like that. I demand RGB Howery. I don't think I can do that. Maybe I could do that, but I hate RBG. It's like the worst thing that's ever happened in gaming is the whole RGB thing. Like, I have the RGB stuff on my computer, and I've just changed all of it to be one color because I can't stand it. It's super hard to buy components if it don't have RGB. Yeah, I basically gave up. Like, at one point I was like, oh, I need to, I don't know. How do I avoid it? I just disabled all my PC lights. I guess that works too, but then I'm like, how do I know it's turned on? It's such a dumb idea to think that. How do I know if my PC is on? It looks at PC. How do I know if my computer mouse is on? Moves around mouse. I was kind of thinking, to be honest, I was kind of thinking like, should I just drop a Banjo? Like, the first half seems better than the second half. But no, I feel like I have to give the second half another chance. I have to, like, I have to be able to say I finished Banjo after all these years. I never finished it as a kid. I can do it. Surely it does get better. But I don't know if I like this level that much. This is my favorite. Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry, I mean, I know, it's so cool. I love it. The aesthetic, look around. Everything is so oily and grimy. I love it. So cool. It can get better, but don't call me Shirley. My apologies. Oh, you can have your own opinion. Yeah, sure. No, I'm just okay. I'm just chilling. I'm just okay. I'm just kidding. You can be honest and say Banjo sucks. No worries. I mean, would I go that far? Shit. Oh my god. Banjo sucks. Never mind. I really want to play Bonanza. I mean, this is a bit grim. Hey, but I had like a near-death experience. Like, how long was it? Like a week ago? 2 weeks ago? And my immediate thought after was like, I can't die without having played Donkey Kong Bonanza. I need to play Bonanza. What happened? I was choking on food. That's all that happened, really. But it was kind of spooky. I've never choked on food for that long before. Oh my god, I thought it was an exit. I never choked on food for that long. Was it a banana? It was rice, curry. Yeah, rice and curry. Don't worry, a lot of people die like that. Yeah. Don't worry about it. And my eyes were going blurry, like, as I was choking for a while. And I was like, oh shit, this might actually be it. But I wasn't really thinking that clearly in the moment. I was just trying to get it out of my throat. Just realized that it wasn't very comforting. Yeah. A lot of people die without experiencing Bonanza. Don't worry about it. Is there still a big goblin community in the VTuber community? What happened to all the goblins? One of the VTubers I follow exited the goblin space because it was toxic. I mean, they are goblins. I mean, what were you expecting? That's kind of a part of being a goblin, isn't it? I wanted a wholesome goblin experience. You're talking about gnomes, man. I remember watching The Boy and the Heron. This was a legitimate review that someone wrote of the film that really pissed me off. And it was a guy saying, Boy and the Heron is mid, question mark? And the review was just like, there was barely any Ghibli food. It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? How is this? Why did you make this into a review of a film? And you put that up on YouTube, and your review is, there was barely any Ghibli food. And I guess that's why I bring it up. Because I'm like, what? How is this what you're concerned with? What about the message of the movie? What about stuff? You didn't care about that, and you just called it mid. And I didn't even know what mid meant at the time. That's just slang for bad. That's what the kids call bad now. I thought mid. Okay, well, so that's not too bad. It's mid. That's decent. People need to be strapped to a chair and forced to perceive the themes and messages of the media they consume. Yeah, I guess it's just a thing if, like, a lot of people don't care for themes and atmosphere and stuff like that. I can see why people would dislike Boy and the Heron. I think that's fine. It's one of my favorite movies ever, but I understand it. And I'll have some water, thank you. I love Boy and the Heron. It's one of my favorite ones. Watch it in the theaters twice. I guess that's not a lot, but I don't watch movies in the theater twice very often. All the food I eat is Ghibli core. It's just toast. Just eggs and toast. Dude, I'm being so Ghibli right now. Makes toast, adds jam to it, puts an egg on top. This is so Ghibli. It's red because it can't be placed fair. Where can I be placed? Such an existential question. Imagine being constantly red because you cannot be placed anywhere. Like, where do I belong? Then one day you sit on the toilet and you turn green. Oh my god. I can die anywhere, but where can I live? I guess you can die anywhere. Yeah. I guess life is beautiful that way. Is that beautiful? I guess it is kind of beautiful in a way, I feel like. Honestly. Twycross, England. So England is confirmed to exist in the Banjo universe. That's scary. This is the remnants of England, perhaps. Maybe this is what happened to England. Mine like Minecraft. Mine. What if you read it like Japanese? Weeb who refuses to accept that he's playing a Western game. Yeah, I like to play a game called Mine Crafto. I know what must be done to die a good death, damn it. Every time I bring up death, I'm like holding myself back from having a interesting discussion about death, but I feel like that might just be the worst possible ever discussion for a stream, like, hey guys, what do you think dying feels like? I've had a couple of dreams that made me feel like I was about to die. I have two. I had a very vivid dream that was like, I was in the Star Wars universe, and I was a smuggler, and I was caught by the Imperial Navy, or whatever. I was caught by stormtroopers for smuggling, and I even met Darth Vader, and Darth Vader sentenced me to death. And in the dream, it felt so real, like, holy shit, I'm about to die, that I woke up, like, later. I felt like I had been through a genuine, like, death sentence. And all I could think was, like, holy shit, like, death sentences are, like, inhumane. Because just the knowledge of the experiencing the death sentence itself is too horrifying. But yeah, damn, I guess I had, like, a really weird experience the other day. Where I was trying to imagine what death felt like. This is such a horrible conversation for a stream, but I was basically I was laying in bed, I was trying to, like, imagine what death felt like. And for a moment, it was as if I could feel, like, every experience I've ever had, everything that made up me, every memory, every, like, part, an inch of myself just slip away. And even my consciousness ceased to be. And, like, I was just separated, and I became one with a stream of nothing, and it was, like, extremely calming. And obviously I did not experience death, but it made me feel like, wow, like dying is actually like not that like stressful. Even though I did not experience death itself, it kind of put me in the position of like, wow, I don't really have anything to stress out about. Being a part of a stream of nothingness was actually very relaxing. Are save points when you wake up and go back to sleep immediately? Yeah, this is a better conversation. No, in the Dream universe, there were save points. I guess I had played a lot of Metroid at the time. Interesting, interesting. Could you experience death in your dream, by the way? Holy shit, now I can die in peace. I did it. I got all the Jinjos. There was an incident that happened recently at a store here. Which was that, like, someone parked in a handicapped parking spot. And then he was confronted in the store, and the guy was like... the confronter was like, hey, why did you do that? You're not handicapped. And then the guy just started stabbing him. So, that's, I don't know, not always worth confronting someone over. I died 20 years ago, you need to let go. Nah, I'm gonna keep doing it. Holy moly, hell. He got arrested for attempted murder. Don't worry, guys. It's all good, quote-unquote. And the guy survived, but he was stabbed multiple times, and they had to shut down the grocery store. This all happened at a grocery store, like a very small one. It was pretty weird. Why would he do that? What a weirdo. Caving is really weird to me. If it's a normal cave, I like to, but if it's narrow, I'm out. I don't even like going in caves. I like going into caves, so I can make the one Lord of the Rings joke and be like, and they call this a mine. A mine! And then I'm out, then I walk out, and I'm like, okay, I've done all that I needed to do in this cave. I just wanted to be Gimli for like 1 second. How do you feel if your sofa decided we are going to Paris? I don't know. I think I would be okay with that as well, I guess. If my sofa had that kind of motivation. Fine. No, I don't want to go to France. If my sofa was like, we're going to Brazil, I would be like, hold the fuck no. I'm burning this sofa. I'm burning this sofa. The sofa's like, no, we need to go to Brazil. Absolutely not. I hear France is stinky. I've heard so too. I think that's fine. Sometimes, I don't know. Brazil mentioned. Love shrimp cocktails. I don't think I've ever understood the appeal of them. What is the appeal of a shrimp cocktail? You have a nice drink and then you put a shrimp in it? Is that what you do? What is in the shrimp cocktail? What makes the shrimp, the addition of shrimp, like, add taste to it? What makes it good? What are the ingredients? It's not a drink. Is it not? Isn't it like an alcoholic drink and you put a shrimp in it? It's a sauce. Oh, well, that makes so much more sense. I thought it was like a you know, a cocktail, like an alcoholic drink. It's like a pina colada, and then you put a shrimp in it. And you're like, tasty. No, okay. Well, that makes way more sense. Okay. But is it alcoholic tomato juice? Is it tomato sauce with alcohol in it? Man, I feel like I'm not an adult, but I swear I am. Bartender, give me some whiskey with shrimp. So I'll have a Coca-Cola Zero with a shrimp on the side, please. You like ginger beer? I love ginger beer, but I barely have it. I know you were not asking me that. Sorry for interrupting in. Imagine asking your friend that at like a bar or something, and then some stranger comes up. Sorry, I know you're not asking me this, but I would like to add some inputs to this question you asked him. Personally, I love ginger beer. Goes away. Hello, real time. Good morning. I think I can almost assure it's morning for you, right? Gao morning. Yes, I did proper morning things this time. My god. Did you have eggs for breakfast? Now I have to go for it. I don't have to go through your entire morning. Oh yeah, did you do this? Did you do that? Did you brush your teeth? Did you wink at me? Did you do this? Did you have a glass of milk? Kinda want to eat an egg now. I've been going egg crazy. And I have very controversial opinions about eggs. I have chickens. Okay, so I get a lot of free eggs. But honestly, grocery store bought eggs are better than free roaming chicken eggs. And I feel like an insane person saying this. I have chickens too, however, nice. Yeah, I have chickens, yeah, it's true. I have chickens and ducks. Yeah, chickens mentioned. Ray knows about my chickens. I've had to go out to my chickens and take photos of my chickens just because Ray asked to see them. So I've been like, yeah, anything for my Oshi, smiles. I want to have chickens so bad. They are very funny looking. I do like how stupid they are and how stupid they look. I think chickens are among the most stupid animals humans are keeping. Lovely idiots. I feel like we need to pull up the only guy who can explain chickens to us.
A flat brain. The enormity of their stupidity is just overwhelming. You have to do yourself a favor. When you're out in the countryside and you see chicken, try to look a chicken in the eye with great intensity. And the intensity of stupidity that is looking back at you is just amazing. By the way, it's very easy to hypnotize a chicken. They're very prone to hypnosis. And in 1 or 2 films I've actually shown that.
What film is he talking about? What film has he done that in? I think I have to know. When did he hypnotize a chicken? Huh. I'm torn on this issue. Would I rather be a monkey or be a lizard? I'm giving it serious thought. Lizard has to worry about birds. That's a good point. I think that might convince me. A monkey does not have to worry about getting eaten by a bird. Shedding your own skin probably feels amazing. Like, it probably does feel painful to some extent, but also once it's over, it's probably like, oh my god, I feel better than ever. This is like one of my favorite bits that only I like. Going through Buddhist hell, which is like you go through like 9,000 reincarnations in Buddhist hell, but then you come out purified. But once you come out purified, you're probably like, holy shit, I feel amazing. You are born into this world and you're like, for some reason I feel great, I feel amazing. You can't even, you don't have no memory of being in hell for 900 reincarnations. Might be worth it, I don't know. Regrowing limbs as a lizard would be rad. Yeah, I guess monkeys don't do that. Okay, here's a, would you rather, okay, this is kind of off topic. Okay, here's another, I mean, this is not a good question. Let me phrase it that way. Would you rather be a lizard who can regrow his limbs, or their limbs? Okay. Or be a monkey, but you get like, you have a human who gives you like cybernetic implants and gives you like robot arms and stuff. And you're not gonna lose your arm, but if you did, you would get like a robot arm and you would be a monkey with a robot arm. Monkey cyber, why would they do that? I don't worry about it. Don't worry about that. Why? It is a good question. Cyborg Kong would be amazing. Because the idea of a monkey with a robot arm kind of is like, it's like something you would see in a comic in the 90s. And maybe even as a kid, you would be like, I don't know what to think about this. Monkey with a robot arm is so specific, where it's like, you're 8 years old and you're like, this is the coolest thing ever. And then you're 9 years old and you're like, this is lame. Then you're 10 and you're like, this is cool. Then you're 11 and you're like, I'm too mature for this. Then 12, you're like, oh, this is cool. It's so specific. So did they make me smart in the process if I'm a monkey because I want to play video games? That is a good, it would be so cool to watch a monkey play video games, wouldn't it? And you would be the biggest, like, Twitch streamer of all time. You make holy shit, this could be the next step in speedrunning. You have, like, monkeys speedrunning. Am I onto something? Am I onto something? What if you pit, like, 2 monkeys against each other in, like, speedrunning Mario 64? This could be, like, the next level. We are onto something? I think so, because I think, like, at some point, every speedrunner has, like, accomplished every kind of possible speedrunning. You can't, like, surpass it. The infinite monkey theorem, but speedrunning is it? But we're just redoing the monkey infinite theorem. Every time you finish a run, you get banana pudding. This is a really good idea. This is a really good idea. This is how you instill that kind of like fever in a monkey to play Mario 64. Apuncha Umifusa. Sounds like a character in a JRPG. My name is Opuntia Humifusa. I've been living in these lands for 5,000 years. He's like an old man who sends you on the next quest. Your city has been destroyed, the evil king has taken over. Now you've been set out on the adventure. Sorry, I was going on bed. I did not read the rest of it. It's a cold-hearted cactus. Oh yeah, cool. What about my bit, though? About Opuntia Humifusa, the old man who sends you on a quest in a JRPG. Do people know the lore about behind the old man in Diablo 2? What's his name again? I forgot his name. Kane something? Deckard Kane? Do people know that that was actually like from a contest? Where like you could send in your name to be like a character in Diablo 2, and there was just a guy. No, it wasn't even a guy, it was a 10-year-old boy with the name Deckard Kane. He won the contest to have his name be in Diablo 2, and they were like, holy shit, Deckard Kane? what a badass name. So they just made this 10-year-old boy's name into like a badass character. That kid's name sounds cool as hell. It really is. When I learned that lore, I was just blown away by that. Like, holy shit, Deckard Kane? It was like a 10-year-old boy named at one point, and all I could think was like, man, these parents are awesome. Like, Deckard is such a cool name. Can I have a challenge taking related story, actually? Okay, I mean, child name, okay, I was about to say, I'm not sure if I want to hear the story behind this, and not steal a child. No. All my chatters are good people. They would never do anything wrong. My first name was actually taken from a dead baby. This might be worse, I don't know. This might be worse. What do you mean it was taken from a dead baby? My mom saw the grave of the dead one-year-old next to a family's grave. It was graved. Okay. Well, that is fine. I feel like that's actually genuinely fine to do. It does sound a bit bad at first, but yeah, if there's like a real thing to it, it's not too bad. I think mine might actually be worse than that. How my mom got my name was that she met another pregnant mom. And that pregnant mom was like, I'm gonna name my child Matthias. And then my mom was like, Matthias, that's a good name. I'm naming my child that too. So my name is just stolen. My mom just straight up stole my name. She was just like, oh, she's having a Matthias? I guess I'm also having a Matthias. What kind of logic is that? I feel like it would have been better if it was a dead baby. But no, I grew up with that Matthias, to be clear. I'm still friends with Matthias to this day. I met that Matthias because we met at my house. And he was just like, hi, your name is also Matthias? And I was like, yep. Let's be friends, okay. Do you want to play Teenage Mutant Turtles? Yep. And then we were friends. I only met one other person with my name. It was an extremely short-fit bald man, 35-year-old man. Me? Your name is Matthias? Oh my god, notes? That's what I actually want. I mean, what is the what's the point of collecting like jigsaws now if it's like I don't need it to open anything, I'm assuming. Like, it could be the case, but I need to open it. Maybe I'll be here a lot longer if that's the case. Yeah, I did see your YouTube comment that you just realized I'm a YouTuber originally. Streamer second, I guess. Now I feel the opposite, kind of. Damn, that's crazy. I kind of just assumed you were here from the YouTube. I mean, that's bound to happen eventually. Some people just never know. Like, what was it, like Lily Hops watched one of my videos on stream, and she was like, hold on. Matthias Pilhidi. I recognize this name from chat. Two monkeys have decided to become painters. It's their first time painting, and although they've had very different lives and have had different interests, they now have the same goal. They are going to be
I just want to say, I've seen this username in the chat. Marius Pilhede. Now I'm gonna be afraid because this person has a lot of views. Now I'm gonna be afraid. Okay.
artist.
A famous
First monkey
chatter.
looks at the canvas carefully. It's like, oh no. Not really oh no. But it is awkward. I don't know. I kind of just, honestly, I kind of assumed Lily knew. I don't know why I assumed that. The awesome clout. I've never been about the clout, though. I've just never been a fan. What am I supposed to do with, like, all this clout once I have it? Just throw it in the dirt. Throw it in the dirt and start a beautiful clout garden. I don't know what will happen if I do that. What if a bunch of YouTubers sprout from the ground? Like, no, 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 no. I have, like, a parasite invasion. I had a curry for the first time on my birthday. Official One Piece cafe. First time? On a birthday? At One Piece cafe? I'm assuming it was Japan? No? Huh. Okay. I guess I'm surprised they have that. We don't really have anything like that in Sweden, I guess. I guess that's why it's like... One? Us of a baby? I don't know what that means. What does that mean? One of you is a baby. Oh, you as of a baby. Okay, I thought you misspelled like one of us was a baby. It's like, okay. So it was like you had to what? What does that mean? US of A, baby. I guess it's very big there. This is reminding me of childhood fantasy I had. I had a friend, his fantasy was he wanted to make enough money so he could go to a diner every single day and have his breakfast there. I hope he achieved his goal. You know when you break your bones and come back stronger? Is that true? Is that true? Or do you just get like arthritis? Because I think the arthritis might be stronger than the bone, I don't know. Why are you still getting notes fatigue? Because I'm scared, okay? I'm scared I'm gonna go back. I guess I could just save state this, okay? I guess I could just save state it. If it's not enough, I could go back here. But I also feel like I do want to explore this land fully. If I wanted to, I could have just left this whole winter area, but then I wouldn't know what the hell is the winter area, you know? What is it all about? Can I do it? Will this actually lead me on? Okay, I didn't need that much. It was just a simple question, but favorite pizza toppings? God fucking damn it. God damn it. God fucking damn it. We're gonna be here a while, huh? How many do I need? 10? 10? Alright. I mean, I think that's kind of achievable, at the very least. I thought, you know what? It can't be that simple, right? I did think that. And it better not be the case, but I have to, like, actually, like, get even more notes now, right? I think I can do it. Fuck you. But also fuck this game. And also fuck you. No, not you in chat. I was talking to the door. Sorry for swearing. Maybe I should aim to swear less. I can be dainty. I can be cute. Oh gosh darn it. Orange this man isn't being kawaii right. No, I'm your idol. I'm your Oshi. Sees him? No. I'm so cute. Look at me. Hey. One time I convinced, what was it? One time when I was a kid, I went on a trip with my class, and my mom had packed like a bunch of like McDonald's like ketchup packs, and McDonald's stuff, basically just stuff from McDonald's. And one of my classmates told me like, "What the hell? You have like McDonald's stuff with you? Can't you afford this stuff?" And then I said to him like, "Nah. Actually, McDonald's pays my family for this, so that we do this and we get paid to bring this with us." And that flipped it on him. He was like, "What?" He just believed me immediately and was like, "Can I do that? Can I get involved with that?" I don't think so. Somehow he was convinced. He's been doing bits his entire life. I've been doing bits as a means of survival. No, I can't say every bit is a cry for help. I have way too many bits. Mario. What if my Mario bits, every single one has been a cry for help? Put all the pieces together and you will see it. If you spell out Mario, it actually means meaningless, aimless, relaxed, independent operation. What the hell? You have a perfect profile for advertisements. That's a I guess that's a compliment. I would say I'm okay. I used to be more anti-advertising or anti-sponsorship way back. Now I'm like, I'm okay with it. It just has to be something I would enjoy. If Raid Shadow Legends came to me and were like, Matthias, $3,000, just play Raid Shadow Legends on stream. Say you love it, you can't get enough. I would say no. If Coca-Cola came to me and were like, $20, just say Coca-Cola. I'll do it. Do nothing but Coca-Cola bits for 3 hours, I'll do it. I think it's weird if someone has a deer head mounted above her fireplace. I guess it's, I don't know, it's aesthetic. I think it would only be weird if it did not suit the aesthetic, right? Like, if you met a vegan and they had that, you're like, oh, this doesn't quite match how I think of you. No, 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 it's okay though. I inherited this from my grandpa. I guess that would make sense. But I would, even if a vegan had a reasonable explanation like that, like, I inherited it from my grandpa, I would still only think, like, you secretly eat meat, don't you? No, it's a completely reasonable thing. I'm an animal lover. I got it from Grandpa. Yeah, but, you know. You don't have to hide. Why is it an insult that actually insults you? For me, it's called troglodyte. I feel like that's a really bad idea for a discussion. Here's my one weakness. My one weakness is being called a pretty boy. No, no, guys, don't do it. Troglodyte. Isn't Troglodyte a kind of creature in, like, World of Warcraft? That's what all I can think of. Hideous boy. He's not too bad. I barely know any words, but can't hurt me. That's a good way to approach things. How am I supposed to be hurt by these words? I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even understand the words right now. Would you be romantically interested in a clone of yourself that always talks with a Mario impression? No? I think I might have set up a wrong vibe in my streams. I might have set up a wrong impression of myself. This is what you guys think of me? Would you be friends with said clone? I would be friends with him, but I would at the very least let things evolve romantically slowly over time. I wouldn't just jump in there. If I was friends with a clone of myself who did be all exact same bits, I don't actually think anything would be different. Because I'm always just talking to myself and making bits with myself. Nothing would be, everything would just be the same. I would be speeding up a production of my own Mario improv. Could Shadow the Hedgehog ever be persuaded to help Mario? I think so. I think Shadow the Hedgehog would see, like, the potential of Mario's powers and be like, you're kind of strong. Stronger than expected. Woohoo! Yippee! I'm camel? Why the fuck is there a camel here? Watching your own life on the second monitor. That is the awakening. That is the enlightenment. Realize that you are nothing but a wave in the ocean, drifting along. You exist only as a circumstance of your surroundings, of everything surrounding you, of your genes. Step out of that for 1 second. You'll awaken to something, I don't know. I didn't study Buddhism enough for this. Holy shit. I had to award myself some Coca-Cola. Brought to you by Coca-Cola. That was impossible, and I made it so much harder for myself. For no reason. I mean, how could I have known? Oh my god, it's so brutal. Just kill her. Dragon Ball C if it was good. It's too much. Don't for now hear me choke, but look what's hidden in my cloak. What the hell? What was hidden in their cloak? Almost true ending. Oh my god, a babe. Well, hey. Well, hey, truly. Who is this? Who let this woman on this island? She has huge melons. Why? Where's she taking those? She didn't bring them to Banjo. Boss Boombox. Alright. Grimlet. Who had to write off all these names? Like, can we name him Flotsam? Yeah, obviously we can name him Flotsam. Can we name this guy Seaman Grublin? Obviously we can call him that. Grimlet is a bit of a mid-name. Hey, oh come on, man. Grimlet is my middle name. My grandpa was called Grimlet. My grandma was a big clucker. How do you feel? I think I was absolutely right. I think I was absolutely 100% right as a kid. To quit playing the game after, like, the whole, like, Halloween graveyard area. I think it was 100% right. I mean, it was enjoyable. There was a lot to enjoy about the latter game of the game, but it was not as good as the beginning game. Like, Mumbo's Mountain is a beautiful... Why is there a jigsaw on top of that? 0 jigsaw? I have to collect them all again? Why? Did I never get that one? Did I never get... Did I never get the first jigsaw in the game? Hold on. You missed this one the entire... I missed that one, the most basic one to get. I never got that one. I finished the whole game and I never got that one, huh? You know, maybe I can't judge... I can throw any kind of judgment on this game. Maybe it would be wrong of me. Maybe it would be wrong of me. I thought... I was thrown for a loop there. I thought, like... Oh, you have to gather them all again. No, I just missed, like, the most basic piece in the whole game is right there. I could have just grabbed that one, apparently. The Rusty Bucket Bay is my favorite. If it makes you feel better, I've seen far worse skill issue in my years of watching people play Banjo. Sure. Sure. It was a... it was like a 12-year-old. Most tragic was someone who game overed 4 times in Treasure Trove came in one stream. 12 plus deaths. Okay, I guess I do feel better about it. I think my favorite level was the, it was someone's mom playing. That does not make me feel better. That was, that, no, now you made me feel worse again. Now I feel bad again. Treasure Trove is definitely my favorite, though.